Alright guys, this is going to be one of the most important videos I ever make on this channel, simply because every single man in their lifetime is going to be affected by this, right? He's going to like a girl a lot more than the rest. He's going to find himself in a relationship with that girl, and that may well end in a breakup, or that may break down, and he's going to find himself stuck trying to get over this one girl who he just can't stop thinking about, right? For that reason, I'm going to give you a 3-step process to finally getting over that one girl. This process is guaranteed to 10x the speed in which you get over this girl, but I must preface and I must warn you, you cannot be still in contact with this girl. You have to be exercising some form of no contact. After the breakup, after you have broke up with this girl, you should be completely eliminating communication of all forms. No texting, no calling, and you should definitely not be meeting up with this girl. I don't care whether you've left a t-shirt at her house. I don't care whether you've left a £200 jumper at her house. You're not going to get it. Number one, unfollow her and her friends on every single social media platform. The last thing you want to be seeing fresh out of a breakup, fresh out of a relationship, is your ex-girlfriend trying to pretend to have fun all over Instagram stories, right? Because she is going to do that. As soon as a girl is single, she's going to be out with her friends, posting all sorts of shit on social media, trying to pretend like she's having way more fun than she's actually having, and you will fall for it. You know for a fact, if you just unfollow her, you are going to see her on her friends' stories. Don't lie to me. And that's why so many guys don't unfollow the friends, because they are hoping, they are praying that the friends post a story where they're in the background, where they're doing something, just to get a glimpse of what they're actually doing. This is fake no contact, and this is fake in the process, so get rid of the friends too. Also, if you're the type of guy to find himself scrolling back through his camera roll, starting to look at old photos when you and this girl were together, and you're starting to reminisce, you need to delete all those photos. They serve you no purpose anymore. I know it might be a little bit difficult, but this has to be done. And also, you need to bin any physical items that you have got of this girl. For example, photos that you've printed out, any cutesy little notes that you've got lying about from when you was in the relationship, right? Bin them, get rid of them. You don't need to see them anymore, right? You might be thinking, well, Tom, this is way too dramatic. I've got to unfollow her on social media. I've got to get rid of all the shit. Yes, you do, because what is out of sight is out of mind. Nothing has ever been so true when you're in a breakup, when you've got out of a relationship. The things you don't see, you don't think about nowhere near as much. And if this girl is out of sight, you will not constantly be reminded of what's just happened. You will not constantly be reminded of her. Number 2, get a passion project. Guys, you need to shift your focus to something that is not this girl, right? A lot of guys will start going to the gym, building the physique, start eating right. A lot of guys will maybe build a business, start a new hobby, spend a load of time with friends, right? Me personally, when my first relationship ended, I liked business and I liked clothes. So I decided to create my own clothing brand. And what this did is, guys, it shifted my focus, shifted all my brain power, all my energy into getting this business off the ground, into trying to make this business into a success. I had a new passion project. I had something that I was working on that was at the forefront of my mind. So I had no room to think about this girl. I had no room to think about anything else. Before we get into number 3, guys, I need to stress this point to you. So many guys are getting into a relationship with a girl these days and abandoning their friends. And if there's anyone who is going to 10x to 100x your recovery rate, right, to finally get over this one girl, it's going to be your friends. It's going to be spending time with your friends. It's going to be having fun with your friends. And if you cut them off because you're all in love and shit, right, if you break up with this girl, if this relationship comes to an end, right, you will have no friends. You will have no friends to pick you back up, right? And when you've lost this girl and you've lost your friends, you're going to be lonely as a motherfucker, right? Keep your friends when you get into a relationship. Number 3, now this is going to be somewhat of a controversial take, but I truly believe the third step to this process to finally getting over that one girl is to go and kiss another girl. Now let me explain. I am not saying that you get over this girl by getting under someone else. Going and sleeping with a bunch of girls is not going to work, right? A bunch of guys have tried that and a bunch of guys have failed. That is not going to work. If anything, you are going to miss your ex-girlfriend more if you do that. What this does is it confirms the breakup in your brain. You're jumping over that mental hurdle of you being in relationship brain, right? You can imagine for so long, for months, for years, you have been in this relationship, you've been loyal, you don't know how to interact with any other girls anymore, you've forgotten how to do it. And to secure and to confirm in your brain that you are single from now on, right? There's no going back. Kissing another girl will do exactly that. It will confirm to yourself that the breakup is permanent and you are moving on. At the end of the day, your brain needs to get used to the fact that you are single again, right? It's spent so long in hibernation, it doesn't know how to think. You need to change those pathways in your brain and you need to confirm to yourself mentally that you are single. There is no going back, and that is the third and final stage of the process. Guys, if you've truly internalized this 3-step process, you're going to be miles ahead and on the straight and narrow to finally getting over this girl. But there is one caveat: the likelihood of your ex trying to reinitiate communication will be very high if you follow this process, okay? And you need to promise me this one thing, that you will ignore every single attempt for your ex-girlfriend to try recommunicate with you. Under no circumstances can you go back and start messaging her again, start meeting up with her again, right? You need to stick to what you started. That's the only way to finally move on from this girl. If you back down, if you fall to the pressure of her initiating recommunication, you will have to start this process all over again, and I promise you it will never end well. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop it a massive like, I really appreciate it. Comment and subscribe to the channel for more. I love you.